Hello. Well, here we go. We're going to give it a chance to see what we can do in helping to learn the basics, the very basics today of reading and writing music. But first off, beginning of the story of the guitar. When I was 13, my dad bought me this guitar. It has quite a story behind it. But first off, I should tell you that when my brother bought his guitar, my brother who was 4 years older than I was, 4 years older, bought a guitar through a catalog. And even though he had been playing with a friend in the neighborhood of our farming community, he wanted his own guitar, so he bought one. And he left it at home when he went to work in the woods. And while he played, and my parents had their parties to have the young people meet and mix and so on in the community, I watched him carefully in how he placed his fingers on the guitar. And I finally got good enough that I could play them on the guitar. When he was away working, I would take a few minutes from my household chores after Mother passed away to go into the parlor and practice the D chord, the G chord, and the A7 chord. And then after I knew that, I asked him to teach me how to play, and he said he would. And he did. But he never knew that I had started on my own while he was away. I know he would not have said anything, but that's why I felt free to practice these chords. And of course, that was during the winter after Mom passed away. And in the spring, the story of the guitar with the huge green pickguard came into my life. Now I'll move up here, and I hope that we can get through this tutorial without the camera stopping again on me. First off, I want to remind you that your open strings are from the bottom, E, B, to G, E, A, E, okay? From the bottom. Open strings. E, D, G, D, A, E. And from the top, E, A, B, G, D, E. Now, if you bought your book of staff lines, I would like you to place those notes on your staff lines. Try anyway, okay? Now, things to remember. Never, when you're learning to read and write music, look at your hand strumming or your fingers on the fingerboard. Always keep your eyes on the notes. That's how much you have to learn to memorize them and know where they go. Because when you're reading music, you have to be looking at your music. Of course, you won't be reading a book without looking at the words on the book, unless you knew the book by heart and you could tell it. Now, that's very important. Do not look back at your left hand, or at your right hand for that matter. And try to play your chords quickly and smoothly, one from the other. You have to know where the notes are, and this is my job here to show you. Now, music for string instruments and other instruments are in what they call the treble clef. Now, I have made some clef signs here on my pages, and they're not very tidy. And I apologize for that, but I was in a rush, and that's the way it goes. But I have written music, and I have written the signs as they should be, okay? Practice, practice, practice. If you let go of your practice, you will fall back on how you will be able to do them. And that you don't want to happen. So this is the clef sign, okay, on the staff line. Now, Page 1 here, I have the notes of the treble clef on the top line. The notes of the treble clef on the top line, okay? And they are E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and they go both on the line of the staff and on the spaces. Write them out as you see them here, please, and memorize them until you know them by heart. Now, the second line is the lines, and the notes are on the lines, okay? See the second line? The notes are on the lines. And memorize those. And they are E, G, B, D, F. Memorize where they go and on the lines. Never mind the guitar for now. Just memorize this stuff, okay? Now the bottom part is on the spaces. The notes are on the spaces on the bottom lines. And they spell F-A-C-E, of course. Very simple. And as you think about that, and remember, A, B, C, D, E, F, G is the only notes for music. Now you write out your lines on your papers and make your own staff lines, heavy pencil, and so on. Now we have what they call ledger lines. Those are extra lines because we need extra notes, lower notes, and higher notes, and we need lines to put them on. So this is how we write them. This is on the top line here, and they are from the top E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, on the top E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Now the second line is on the staff regular, and they are F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay? Alright, now the bottom one again, we have ledger lines, and this is for the here, this string here, because you're going to come way up here on the fretboard, and those will bring you up into the ledger lines again. And they are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Alright? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, B. Okay? And I'll show you on the fretboard where they go in future tutorials. Okay, I think that'll be it for today. It makes it not too long, not too hard. And I'll be giving you now just a sample of what song we're going to use in our tutorials, and this is the one. We'll be in the key of C because we're going to start in the key of C. But in the following 2 weeks, now ahead, I want you to study what I just gave you and to memorize it and work hard. And I hope you have lots of fun and enjoy it. Because remember, the best basics makes the best musician. If you don't know your basics, you cannot play. If you don't know your ABC or your alphabet, you wouldn't be able to read. If you didn't know your numbers, you would not be able to count. If you didn't know how to make a good foundation for a house, your house would fall down. And then all the infrastructure of the building and so on. Okay? You have to learn all those basics, and it's the same thing with learning to read and write music. And one thing remember, always keep your eyes on the music. Always. It's good to learn by sound too, because the brain learns, the ear hears, the eyes see, the brain interprets, sends out the signals to the right hand and to the left hand, right down to the fingertips, right down to the strings on the guitar. Okay? And that is very important. They have to be able to be all in coordination, perfect coordination. But if you're young, you're going to be able to do it fast after your practice, and try to give it at least an hour every day, and more if you can. If you love music, you will just simply be practicing while you're enjoying what you've learned to do. So that's all for this time, and until next week,